Hello, let's go.
March 27, 2025, Kyiv. In the early hours of the day, an unidentified private jet bearing American markings landed at Boryspil International Airport. Journalists stationed at diplomatic checkpoints noticed unusual activity. Black SUVs, a security service of Ukraine, SBU, escort, and heavily armed guards. Within hours, it became clear Elon Musk had arrived in Kyiv. Yet, neither the Ukrainian government nor Musk's camp made any official announcements about the visit. Pushpin Part 1, what is officially known? According to a brief statement later released by the President's office, a meeting was held with representatives of American innovative business to discuss potential cooperation in the energy and technology sectors. However, very different information began to leak online. A Telegram channel named DeepUA published an audio recording featuring a voice remarkably similar to Elon Musk's, expressing concerns about corruption, interference in corporate affairs, and economically senseless demands. Another voice, strongly resembling President Zelensky's, responds sharply, "This is not just a factory, it's the future of our country." Briefcase Part 2, what was the meeting really about? According to a confidential briefing shared with us by a source within the President's office, Elon Musk proposed a $1.2 billion investment package for the construction of a gigafactory in the Kyiv region, a facility for battery and electric vehicle production aimed at the European market. However, Musk's terms were strict. Full operational autonomy of the enterprise. Direct cooperation with local raw material suppliers without government regulation. A 12-year tax holiday. Special legal status for the facility, effectively a Tesla economic zone. Initially, the President's team was enthusiastic. However, upon reviewing the legal documents, they discovered that Musk was requesting that no Ukrainian governmental body have any regulatory authority over this zone. This triggered significant internal conflict. Firecracker Part 3, the conflict erupts. According to investigative journalists from the Svitlo Group, Musk raised his voice during the third hour of negotiations. He allegedly accused the Ukrainian side of indecisiveness and populism. In response, according to our sources, President Zelenskyy retorted firmly. "This is not a colonial outpost, Mr. Musk. This is an independent nation and we do not trade our sovereignty for investment." After this exchange, the meeting was abruptly paused. Musk left the room without shaking hands. In private conversations on Bankova Street, this situation was described as the most complicated investor conflict in recent years. Detective Part 4, what was hidden from the public? Days after the visit, foreign media outlets such as Germany's Der Spiegel and the US-based The Intercept published reports referencing a financial ultimatum allegedly issued by Musk. One of the most striking revelations, Musk reportedly planned to install the experimental Starlink Quantum internet system on the Gigafactory premises, a next-gen network capable of bypassing state cybersecurity frameworks. This raised serious concerns over national digital sovereignty. Neither Musk nor Zelenskyy commented publicly on this part of the discussion. Police Car Light Part 5, was there a leak? Audio recordings leaked by Telegram channels were analyzed by independent experts in Lithuania. Their analysis concluded that the voices matched those of Musk and Zelenskyy with 93% certainty. Still, no official confirmation or denial came from either side. Amidst this chaos, another curious development emerged. One day prior to the Musk-Zelenskyy meeting, Italian businessman Luigi Bartoli, a major European lithium supplier, arrived in Kyiv. He had a 5-hour meeting with a presidential advisor. Could this have been a contingency plan in case Musk's offer fell through? No official information exists. Globe with Meridians Part 6, Global Media Reaction. American media framed the event as a missed opportunity. CNN briefly mentioned bureaucratic bottlenecks, while the BBC took a sharper stance. Ukraine says no to Elon Musk. What's the real story? Russian media, predictably, portrayed the incident as proof of Ukrainian governmental instability, though they failed to provide any evidence. This only fueled further conspiracy theories across social media. Chart Decreasing Part 7, Aftermath. Following the visit, Musk posted a cryptic tweet on X. "You can't build the future with people who think like it's still the past." Speculation surged. Some believed it was a jab at Ukraine. Others thought it was a general statement. Regardless, Musk canceled his scheduled trip to Poland afterward. Ukrainian officials began hinting at negotiations with Japanese investors as an alternative to Tesla. But once again, no official announcement was made. Magnifying Glass Tilted Left Part 8. What did Musk really want? Experts believe Musk is actively searching for a new gateway into Europe to circumvent German regulatory barriers and implement revolutionary production models. Ukraine seemed like a perfect candidate: affordable labor, raw materials, and strategic geography. But his excessive control demands ultimately destroyed the deal. Part 9. The meeting no one talked about. We uncovered information about yet another meeting held by Musk in Kyiv, this time with representatives from the private military sector with experience working for international organizations. Rumors suggest it involved early-stage discussions about AI-powered drones based on Tesla tech. No public statements, but customs data confirmed their presence. Brain final analysis, reflections, speculations, and long-term implications. The Elon Musk-Volodymyr Zelenskyy meeting is far more than a failed negotiation. It is a reflection of how innovation, power, and national identity intersect in unpredictable and often explosive ways. White heavy checkmark positives and potential of the meeting. Strategic vision. Musk's approach to transforming Ukraine into a tech production hub signals how global capital views emerging markets as blank canvases for futuristic infrastructure. Global attention. Ukraine's ability to attract a high-profile figure like Musk demonstrates the country's growing relevance in global economic and technological spheres. Geopolitical leverage. The meeting signals that Ukraine is not only reliant on Western aid, but is positioning itself as a partner of value in innovation and private capital. Public dialogue. Leaked information led to public discourse about the limits of privatization, national interest, and the fine line between opportunity and exploitation. Crossmark negatives and concerns raised. Sovereignty risks. Musk's demand for full autonomy raises red flags. It resembles neo-colonial investment patterns where private actors seek to bypass democratic institutions. Cybersecurity threats. Starlink Quantum, if used without oversight, could establish a digital enclave ungoverned by national cybersecurity laws. Lack of transparency. Both parties failed to communicate clearly to the public, leaving room for speculation, disinformation, and mistrust. Missed opportunities. The collapse of the deal might discourage future investors who perceive Ukraine as too complex or nationalistic to work with. Crystal ball. Long-term implications. Shift in investment paradigms. Ukraine will likely re-examine its approach to foreign investment, perhaps creating a hybrid model that guarantees national oversight while allowing corporate innovation. Emergence of tech nationalism. The event may fuel a domestic movement demanding tech sovereignty, where Ukrainians ask, who truly benefits from innovation on Ukrainian soil? Global message to investors. Ukraine is open for business, but not at the cost of its democratic integrity. This sets a new standard for negotiations with private megafirms. Elon Musk's legacy. For Musk, this episode may signal a pivot from state partnerships to building autonomous enclaves. A controversial vision that may work in some regions but not in others. Puzzle piece. Unanswered questions. Did other governments or intelligence agencies influence either party during or before the meeting? Was Luigi Bartoli a backup plan or a negotiating tactic? Is there a deeper connection between Tesla AI and future military contracts? Writing hand author's commentary. As an investigative journalist, I've covered dozens of high-stakes geopolitical encounters, but few rival the symbolic and practical magnitude of this one. In Musk and Zelenskyy, we see two visions of the future colliding. One, driven by technocratic sovereignty and market dominance. The other, by national resilience and democratic values. Neither is inherently right or wrong, but their inability to compromise may reflect a deeper global rift between innovation without borders and countries trying to defend the borders of their identity. Ukraine did not just reject an investor. It defended its right to shape how that investment unfolds. Musk didn't just walk away from a deal. He was reminded that not every door opens for capital alone. And maybe, just maybe, that's the start of a more honest dialogue about the price of progress.
Subscribe and like, please. Bye bye.